Hi, welcome to ELF. It's another fantastic year at Mitchell, and my name is Carrie Savage, and I am leading ELF for the last year. Hopefully, I'm looking for a new volunteer or two to take over the coordinating job, which is what me, Emmy, and Jenny do. Anyways, this time I'm here to talk to you about the introduction and conclusion for the year-long thing, Adaptations, and the unit called Seed Dispersal. So just like any other ELF day, we have our intro and conclusion bin, and on the top of it, like every other bin, we have that specific center's outline information. So if you zoom in here, I want to just tell you a little bit about our typical ELF day. Our suggested use of the 2-hour class day is a 15 or 20 minute setup, and then a 15-minute introduction. Then there are 4 centers, which are about 20 minutes each, and the kids rotate around to you, so you only have to learn one center. Then there's a 15-minute conclusion, and we clean up and put away the materials. It's very important when you're cleaning up and putting away the materials to check inventory and make sure if we're running out on anything, you let the class coordinator know, or you let us know at mitchellelf@gmail.com. So I just kind of want to dig into what our year looks like. Here's a little description of what adaptations are, and this will be in the bin. As you can see, adaptations are characteristics or things that will develop over time. And time, we mean millions of years. Anyways, those things will develop over time to give a plant or an animal a better chance to survive in its environment or surroundings. Again, this unit specifically is about seed dispersal, so we're going to talk all about seeds. As generally speaking with our introduction, we just kind of go through some general opening questions, and then we have a puppet show, and we always try to incorporate the puppet show. This puppet show script is online at the mitchellpta.org website, so if you have 3rd or 4th grade, you might want to pre-print out the puppet show and highlight it, and then let the kids do the puppet show. They always love that. Anyway, in the puppet show folder is the puppets and the scripts, and we have them highlighted for each character. This one happens to have, let me see, it says 7 puppets and props and the scripts. Some of the parts are really small, so if you don't have 7 volunteers, don't worry about that. You can definitely do 2 parts. Of course, get very animated. The more engaging you are, the better the kids will retain any of the information. I just have a little note that the puppet show is a maple seed that's journeying to a new place away from its mama to grow. And along the way, it encounters some other varieties of seeds that are on their journeys to find a good place to grow. The other thing we have for this unit's introduction and conclusion are these puppets. We'll try to keep this stocked, but you can always go to the dollar store and get them. And this is an example. Some seeds, some plants do actually explode. You pull this and the confetti goes, and some plants and seeds actually do that. So that's a great way to get the kids' attention and engage them. Some plants do that. Of course, you know, dandelions, they are seed dispersed by wind. And we have this little extra bit of information in here that could be handy. It's all just information in here, and it has some very creative parents have left us some drawings. And this tells us why we need to have seed dispersal. It says, "Excuse me, Mom, please move over." And then we have this little animal that has collected a couple seeds on its back, and it's like, oh, itchy, 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 and then it goes back 2 months later, and then there's a new plant there where it had dropped the seeds. Here's some of the opening questions. What is a seed? And then, what does a seed need to grow? And then, how do seeds travel? Wind, water, animals, and gravity. And behind that, you can either cover that up and then have them guess. This one is talking about gravity. Pine cone falls to the ground. And look, there's a key on the back. Anyway, this one's a hitchhiker, so it travels by animals or humans. This one travels by, you guessed it, wind. Oh, here's another one by animals. These ones, of course, are chomping on the seeds and dispersing them that way. And finally, we have, this is supposed to be a cranberry or an olive, and they fall into the water, and the water bobs along and takes them to a new bog. So these are kind of just retouch on just the generalities of seed dispersal. So that'll be in the bin. Also for intro or conclusion, you know, we'd like the teacher to maybe take the kids out of the class for the first 15 minutes so that you guys can get set up. There are some great books in here to read. There's always ELF books galore. Be sure to take a look at those. These books can also be used in the conclusion. For our closing statement or conclusion, we really don't have a big activity. We suggest that you bring in a fruit snacks, maybe. That would be a good thing. And the children can examine them, and they can have, they could cut up an apple and see the seeds and talk about maybe how apple seeds are dispersed. We have the books and a sharing circle. So the students could sit in a circle and explain what they kind of learned today. Any snacks that you bring in for any ELF, make sure that you check with the teacher on quantity and also food allergies. Our list also has the books that are in the ELF bins, and this is a detailed list of which bins they could be in. Of course, the intro and conclusion only has 3. Please remember that the books are borrowed from the Jefferson County Library, not the Mitchell Library, and so we get fined if we don't get them back. So please make sure, please make sure everything gets back in the bins where they belong. And again, if we're running low on some supplies or you notice something's broken or missing, please contact us at mitchellelf@gmail.com. If you've got any other questions, you can reach us there too. And we look forward to an exciting year of ELF with you. Thank you.